The Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago. If you think of the story of the Earth as taking place over a calendar year, life started on the 2nd of March. Photosynthesis started on the 29th of May. The first recognisable animals didn't appear until the 17th of November. Coal started forming on the 2nd of December. The end of the dinosaurs was on the 26th of December. Ancient civilization started at 1.5 minutes to midnight on December the 31st, and the Industrial Revolution started at 2 seconds to midnight on New Year's Eve.
The Industrial Revolution sparked a huge explosion of ingenuity, new possibilities, improvements in how we live, but it also caused some major unintended consequences. This is the carbon landscape in Greater Manchester, the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. The bad news is we've created lots of environmental problems, but the good news is that we now have clarity about the underlying causes of those problems, and there's only 3 of them. We can overwhelm natural cycles with perfectly natural things like carbon dioxide that we all live and breathe, just too much of it. The coal fields of Wigan fueled the Industrial Revolution. The second thing we can do is poison the ecosystem with substances that just don't belong, things like pesticides and plastics. The Manchester Ship Canal brought white cotton into Manchester. Now you can make a lot more money from cotton if it's dyed bright colours. The colour chemistry of the Industrial Revolution has left our waterways polluted with chemicals that have never belonged before. The third thing we can do is destroy the very ecosystems we rely on. In the carbon landscape, we have a fragment of the remaining 3% of lowland peat bog in the UK. From my research at the University of Manchester over the last 18 years, we now have a clear understanding of the opposites of these environmental problems, a roadmap to a positive, regenerative and more sustainable future.
With the help of the Heritage Lottery Fund, the Great Manchester Wetlands Partnership is putting that knowledge to use in restoring the carbon landscape. This is a 5-year, £3.2 million scheme to restore ecosystems across 10,000 hectares of post-industrial land in Salford, Wigan and Warrington.
So if we create this corridor now with a carbon landscape, we're going to preserve so many species and give them a safe rite of passage along the ex-industrial sites.
We need more sites like this that maintain the habitats for our birds to breed and survive.
Open up a site like this area of Minimos. I want the local community to appreciate just what they've got in their local area.
The Carbon Landscape Grant has given us an opportunity to maintain this as best that we can.
This will enable people to get close up and fairly personal with wildlife and the biology in general.
One of our aims is to provide 1,000 training opportunities for local people.
By doing the Carbon Landscape traineeship, it allows me to gain new skills so I can gain a role of employment afterwards.
Green Belt is heavily under pressure, especially in Warrington. If we don't look after this place, there'll be nothing left.
It's allowed us to connect 2 different populations of Great Crested Newts along what will be a nice grassy corridor full of wildflowers.
The public generally will benefit, so will the wildlife benefit.
While I'm here, I like to walk the dogs and look for bugs and little creatures.